Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a PFL fight prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting some of the key fights from PFL 2021 event number 4, Shields versus Elkin. So without further ado, let's get to the first fight on the card that I'll be predicting. So the first fight that I'll be predicting is in the lightweight division, Martinez versus Olivier Aubin Mercier. And how I see this one right here is two guys that have been around a little bit. I mean, a lot of bit. Mercier was in the UFC, came off the Ultimate Fighter, was like the runner-up on his season. Martinez was in Bellator for a long time, then had a short stint in the UFC. So they, like I said, they both been around, both accomplished, both proven. But how I see this one really going down is let's see. I would think Mercier is the more polished striker and overall the more fleshed out fighter, like as far as blending all the arts together. But he does have an issue with pressure. And I feel like Martinez will put the pressure on him. I do feel like Martinez is the better grappler than him. Especially if they just did pure grappling, he's the better grappler. And I think that's really what's going to come down to. I think Martinez will put Mercier on the back foot with heavy shots and pressure. And that pressure will allow him to get off shots better. And when he's getting punches off better and pushing Mercier on the back foot, that will open up takedown opportunities and at least clinch opportunities, which will allow him to work for, cage control and then work for takedowns. Even probably try to attack a leg from that position. But for the most part, what I see in this one, I think Held is just going to be offensive, pressuring, put Mercier on the back foot, and that will allow his offense striking to get off and him to score takedowns. And really just outwork Mercier as simple as that is. Outwork him, outgrapple him, outpressure, outpace him, at least through the first 2 rounds. Or at least 2, if not 3 rounds in this one. So in this one, I have Martinez held via decision. Now to our next fight we have in the featherweight division, Lance Palmer versus Jesse Stirn. And how I see this one right here. So Jesse Stirn had, he's a good, credible fighter, got decent skills and well-rounded, polished, decent. Well, I'm not going to say super polished. He's not super polished or anything super amazing or anything like that, but a decent fighter. That's basically what I'm saying. He's decent, and that's about where it all is. Going against Lance Palmer, Jesse Stern's takedown defense certainly does not hold up, even when it's not against Lance Palmer. Now, going against Lance Palmer, NCAA champion, NCAA standout, or really just a standout wrestler like Palmer, and already won this PFL title like 2 or 3 times, and even before that was a PFL regular champion, and then whatever this league was called before was PFL. I'm forgetting the name right now, but yeah, he's been around. He's been in this league before the name change. It was winning belts and defending them well before then. So he's more than comfortable in this division and in this league. And going against Stirn, I don't think Stern's going to be able to hold up to his wrestling. I think Lance Palmer will be able to take him down with ease whenever he wants it. He'll be able to strike him, take him down, and just break him down and then stop him that second round via TKO. So in this one, I got Lance Palmer via second round TKO. Now to our next fight we have in the lightweight division, Cassius Clay Collard versus Joleton Lutterbach. And I see this one right here is Lutterbach does have some grappling, which can be effective in this fight. Well, I don't really think it to the degree it's going to be effective. Not much at all to really what I'm thinking about it. And really what his grappling has most been effective against, 500 competition guys that have as many wins as losses, or just about as many wins as losses, or less wins than losses when I look at his submissions. And for the most part, recently it's been his striking. And I think, like I said, I don't really think his grappling is going to be all that effective in this fight. Unless maybe he goes back and polishes, makes it part of his game plan and puts some more extra emphasis on it in his training camp, which it can play a fact. But what I really see this fight happening, I see this as a striking match for the most part with limited grappling. And when I look at Joleton Lutterbach, a little bit of heavy hands, nothing crazy with nothing crazy about his hands. Like a little bit of heat on him, a little bit of weight on those hands. But Clay Collard is much more polished in his boxing, and especially after spending some time in boxing, and knocking off some prospects in boxing. And Lutterbach, a lot of stuff is this wide looping, whooshing kicks, wide looping, whooshing shots, and that's it. So Clay Collard's shorter shots going to be able to find his way through. Defense will be able to easily slip and roll those shots and be able to crack him, just walk him down, break him down, pick him apart, and put him out. And I think it's like Collard's not contra controversially or contrary, that's what I should look for. Sorry about that. I'm messing up words, very basic words right now. But contrary to popular belief or any belief or whoever's believing this, Clay Collard is not a heavy-handed fighter. He's a average or a little bit more than average as far as power department. So not a heavy hitter at all. Maybe even below average, to be honest. But it's going to be a breakdown effect that's landing clean, crisp shots. It's not going to be the fact that he just heavy-handed. It's going to be clean, crisp. And the fact that he's pushing him back, breaking him down, slipping the shots, demoralizing him with the pressure, demoralizing, making him miss. And then it's constantly forcing him to work back. And working back is on your back foot a lot harder than working on your front foot because you are doing twice as much work because you're going backwards and doing all this movement. And the opponent is making you work and then making you pay for working. So you see how that goes. But yeah, breaking him down over the course of 2 rounds to put him away in that second round. Matter of fact, I'm going to say third round. Picking him apart for 2 rounds to put him away in the third, probably like 2 or 3 minutes into that third round. So in this one, I got Clay Collard via third round TKO. Now to our next fight, we have in the featherweight division, Brendan Loughnane versus Tyler Diamond. And I can really just be cut and dry with this one. Tyler Diamond, solid fighter, but he's every other wrestler. That's just how it is. I can say it to his face, say it to his family, say it to his mom, say it to his dad, say it to his girlfriend, whoever wants to feel some way about this. He's every other wrestler, to be honest. Yes, he got a solid wrestling background, good technique, powerful, nice muscles, lifts some weights and wrestles all day. Can sniff a jockstrap, but he don't have that special factor that's going to separate him and make him an outstanding wrestler, like you say, like a Usman or Khabib or Covington or any other wrestlers. He just got that little bare basic wrestler, like he got decent technique, decent cardio, but still got that starter pack striking, just with a little bit of pop on it. And by a little, I really do mean a little bit pop, not a lot of pop on his punches. Stiff striking, basic takedowns, basic setups. I think Brendan Loughnane is just a much more polished, much more fleshed out fighter, and a much higher caliber fighter. I think Diamond's going to try have some success with his wrestling, but eventually that success is going to be little and limited, and Loughane's going to be able to respond. Loughnane, or however you say his name, is going to be able to respond pretty well to it. And really just pick him apart and take advantage of him on the feet in those wide windows from his strikes, like so. Those stiff, lumbering, laboring shots and telegraph punching and striking from Diamond is going to present all types of lanes and avenues for Loughnane to pick him apart. And I really just think he puts him away early in that first round. So in this fight, I got Brendan Loughnane via first round TKO. Now to our next fight, we have in the featherweight division, Bubba Jenkins versus Bobby Moffett. So you got Bubba Jenkins, been around, former NCAA champion, or you don't lose your title. He's an NCAA champion versus Bobby Moffett, who's going to present an interesting threat from him, but how I see it is Jenkins can out-wrestle him all day. Jenkins can out-strike him all day. What makes it interesting that Bobby Moffett has experience, and he has good front chokes, has good darce choke, a patented darce choke, so that could present issues for Bubba Jenkins, who's definitely going to be shooting in this fight, and I'm not going to see Bubba Jenkins just out here turn into a striker. But like I said, there's a fighter on the feet. Bubba Jenkins is faster, more powerful, better footwork, better timing, better shot selection on the feet, which will set up takedowns and set up lanes for him to strike. But what make it interesting, and I'm not saying Bobby Moffett is going to be an easy pick on the feet. He's not. But it's definitely going to be Bubba Jenkins fighting on the feet. And it's scoring takedowns is going to be all Bubba Jenkins as well. I was about to say Bobby Moffett, but all Bubba Jenkins as well. But again, the submission threat when Bubba Jenkins shoots is going to be an issue, but Bubba Jenkins has, for the most part, shown a good submission defensive game. He has moments where it needs a little bit more polish, especially early on in his career. And there has been like small instances recently in his career, but for the most part, he has been able to overcome them. And I think he'll be able to do that in this fight. And really just shut out Bobby Moffett over 3 rounds, scoring takedowns, outstriking him on the feet, mixing the takedowns, being heavy on top, landing ground and pound, being a transition to half guard and side control, or at least really to half guard. And then just really neutralize a lot of Bobby Moffett submissions and just be able to break him down, wear him down over the course of 3 rounds. I don't think he stops him, but I do think he wins a clear-cut decision in this one. So in this one, I got Bubba Jenkins via decision. Now to our next fight, we have in the co-main event, in the lightweight division, Nathan Schulte versus Alex Martinez. So you got the champ, Nathan Schulte, coming off a loss to Marcin Held and looking to rebound. Coming in on short notice is Pettis has stepped out with an illness. And how I see this one right here, I think Nathan Schulte is an amazing fighter. I think the best thing about him, not his jiu-jitsu, not his judo, definitely not his striking. His striking not bad, but I'm just saying it's definitely not his striking. But it's his heart, his determination, his grit. Because when I look at a lot of these fights, I see him getting damaged, I see him getting hurt, but still being able to power through. I see him having given early rounds and stuff, and still being able to power through, just walk his opponents down, and just outlast them, outwork them, and just wanted more than them. Even being the former champion, just be to dig deep, always be to dig deep to find that avenue. And even in Marcin Held fight, Marcin Held was out striking him and beat him like pretty clean and convincingly through first 2 rounds. Then like in that 3rd round, he just started turning up and really just bring the striker total almost to even after being down like 30 or 20 strikes. So that to show you that this guy is relentless, going to keep coming for you as long as he's in this fight. And other people going to slow down where he's not. But going against Alex Martinez, I think Martinez presents an interesting threat from him. And I'm flat out and honest, I'm going to lean to Alex Martinez as the one. He's 6 feet, supposed to be 5'10", but I really feel like he's 5'7" or 5'8", because he's been shorter, looks significantly shorter than people who 5'9", and other people, he just look like a shorter fighter. So, sometimes they lie on their stats. So I think he's like 5'7", 5'8". So he's really going to be like 4 inches shorter than Martinez, at least 4 inches shorter than Martinez. And I feel like a lot of shots, his takedown really come from the clinch. And going against a fighter like Martinez, who has like a Taekwondo style, and also on top of that style has solid grappling as well, and is going to be good off his back and active on his back, and not going to be just a guy that's just trying to completely avoid grappling with Schulte, like a lot of people with Schulte, and who's going to be active and going to be either working for submissions or working back to his feet. I don't feel like Schulte's going to be able to, put in the bank so much control time, and then he's got to deal with overcoming that reach advantage from the stepping side kicks, spinning back kicks, spinning heel kicks to the chin, to the hip, to the dome, and the long strikes of Martinez from distance. Martinez can at times be a little bit laboring, a little bit lurching, but I think he will be able to get off with the strikes a little bit more against Schulte, because Schulte doesn't really have the best wrestling per se. He doesn't really have the best doubles, singles. He's not really an explosive guy that really consistently gets shots in the middle of the octagon. I say octagon, well, in the middle of the ring. So I feel like stylistically wise, Martinez should match up well with him and should be able to really avoid most of the clinch exchanges, and even the clinch exchanges with his long frame make it difficult and awkward for Schulte in those positions, and really at distance be catching strikes at distance and having to overcome them, which will be putting him behind on the strikes, and he won't be at his optimum range. I do feel like he can still land some of those low calf kicks, which he is very good at, and has been able to really get off against literally everybody he has fought. But I don't think he's going to be able to get off to the degree where it's going to be a significant factor in this fight. But it'll help. It'll certainly keep him in the fight. It will certainly factor in, but it won't be as big of a factor as has been in other fights, especially since Martinez, again, is not going to be as hesitant or wary of the ground with Schulte. And I feel like he'll be attacking Schulte just as Schulte is attacking him on the ground. And it's going to be a fight every single avenue. It's not going to be a case of where Martinez just is on a defense at any point with Schulte. It's going to be all offensive all the time. Unless it's the case, maybe in the 3rd round late, Martinez might be laboring a little bit, and then Schulte will be like continue to grind and start to unleash offense as Martinez slows down. But they're both fresh enough, and they both got energy in that tank, both got gas. Martinez will be fighting every single point in this fight. And I see this as a very interesting fight. I still see Schulte making it interesting. Maybe even some judges saying a split decision, but I feel it should be pretty clear that Martinez will be the one that should get his hand raised at the end of this one. So in this one, I have Alex Martinez via decision. Now to our main event, we have in the women's lightweight division, Claressa Shields versus Brittany Elkin. And how I see this one right here is, you got the debut of Claressa Shields versus the 3-6 Brittany Elkin. So looking like a fighter that's brought in to give Shields a win. And it kind of is, but you also got to be a factor where sometimes these fighters are brought in to give people losses. To give people wins, and they come out like, I'm not here just to give you a win. I want to win. And they come out here and take the win from that fighter and really just make a name for themselves off that fighter. And that could definitely be a case in a lot of instances, but I don't think it's going to be the case in this fight right here. I think Brittany Elkin is bringing everything that Shields has trained for, has been prepared for, and even to a slower degree. Shields is training with Olympic caliber wrestlers and probably really even Olympic gold medalist caliber wrestlers who, in Tamara Stocks. But yeah, she's training with Olympic caliber wrestlers, so I don't think Elkin's going to really bring anything that she has not been prepared for. She's a slow, laboring, lurching fighter who's going to walk in, leaning over, throwing basic slow motion shots. And all her shots are cage shots. Like, she walks you down very slow, untechnical, sloppy, leans in for the clinch and tries to drag you to the ground like a punching bag zombie. No explosive takedowns in the center or anything like that. No high-level grappling, no high-level takedown game at all. So I feel like Clarissa will be more than prepared to pretty much see a punching bag target, be able to pick her apart in the middle, stuff her takedowns, circle off, and continue to pick her apart, and put her out relatively quick in this fight in under 3 minutes and make a statement debut. So in this one, I got Clarissa Shields via first round TKO. And that concludes my fight predictions for some of the key fights for PFL 2021 event number 4. And as always, thanks for watching.